The cryptocurrency market is f***ed. 9 years in crypto. Today is the craziest day since I bought my first Bitcoin in 2013. This is crazier than Mt. Gox. This is much crazier than 3 Arrow Capital or the Luna debacle. It's just shocking. This morning, the cryptocurrency industry woke up to one of the largest exchanges in the world appearing to have stopped processing withdrawals. And then CZ, the CEO of Binance, the other largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, shocked the crypto industry by tweeting this. This afternoon, FTX asked for our help. There is a significant liquidity crunch. To protect users, we signed a non-binding letter of intent intending to fully acquire FTX.com and help cover the liquidity crunch. We will be conducting a full due diligence in the coming days. Binance buying FTX? Is this true? Can anybody else confirm this? I mean, it seems too outrageous to be true. And then Sam Bankman-Fried tweeted this. Hey all, I have a few announcements to make. Things have come full circle and FTX's first and last investor are the same. We have come to an agreement on a strategic transaction with Binance for FTX.com. Our teams are working on clearing out withdrawal backlogs as is. This will clear out liquidity crunches. All assets will be covered one-to-one. This is one of the main reasons we've asked Binance to come in. It may take a bit to settle. We apologize for that. But the important thing is that customers are protected. A huge thank you to CZ and Binance and all of our supporters. This is a user-centric development that benefits the entire industry. CZ has done and will continue to do an incredible job of building out the global crypto ecosystem and creating a freer economic world. I know there have been rumors in media of conflicts between the two cryptocurrency exchanges. However, Binance has shown time and time again that they are committed to a more decentralized global economy while working to improve industry relations with regulators. We are in the best of hands. Note, FTX US and Binance US, two separate companies, are not currently impacted by this. FTX US withdrawals are and have been live, is fully backed one-to-one, and is operating normally. It's interesting that just 24 hours ago, Sam Bankman-Fried was tweeting this. A competitor is trying to go after us with false rumors. FTX is fine. Assets are fine. So how did we get here? It seems like CZ had a master plan this whole time. CZ starves FTX of revenue with zero trading fees on Binance, attracting volume from FTX. CZ shoots headshot by publicly announcing FTT, their token, FTX's token, concerns, causing a bank run on FTX and a decline in the FTT price. FTX unable to cover hole in their balance sheet. CZ acquires FTX. Thanks for playing. The cryptocurrency markets are in serious trouble, my friends. I'm going to get to that in a second. Before we get to that, Sam Bankman-Fried was once admired as the king of crypto. Now Alameda and FTX are rumored to be on the brink of insolvency and seemingly are. Here is how it all went wrong for Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX. How did we get here? For a long time, as you recall, Sam Bankman-Fried was idolized in the space, famous for his arbitrage trading, founding FTX, Alameda, hugely successful investments like Solana. Sam accrued an impressive estimated net worth of $10 to $14.5 billion at his peak. In recent times, FTX has been extremely busy leading huge fundraising rounds for new projects. Aptos and Sui are two of the most recent examples. Sam was invincible. Despite Luna causing chaos, he used the situation as leverage to continue an aggressive expansion plan, bailed out BlockFi for $240 million, bid for Voyager's assets, considered bailing out Celsius. However, in the background, there were some cracks starting to appear. Eyebrows started to raise when the CEO of Alameda suddenly resigned. Additionally, just a month later, FTX president Brett Harrison stepped down. These resignations occurred just before it was revealed that FTX was facing some legal trouble in the form of securities regulator probe. Although public sentiment was becoming more and more negative towards Sam, the DCCPA draft bill marked the real turning point for the public's perception. A draft of the bill was leaked first online. See, Sam seemingly supported the bill, But despite Sam trying to play the good guy on Twitter, there were clear red flags through the bill which could pose significant threats to DeFi. You remember, Eric Voorhees famously quizzed Sam Bankman-Fried on his stance during the Bankless interview. We played you this clip. This clip went viral and led to continued skepticism amongst the crypto community towards Sam Bankman-Fried.
If that did mean that, like, centrally hosted front ends by Americans targeting American retail had to be licensed, I think that could be reasonable.
If the question was, let's acknowledge that the email protocol will be permissionless as a protocol.
Yep.
But it was the law of the land in America that every email front-end provider required KYC from its users.
Yep.
Because under the justification that we do not want people sending information back and forth with terrorists.
Yep.
Where would you stand on that position?
Oh, I'd be strongly against that position.
Why?
Why would I be against it? Because I think it'd be like against freedom of speech. I think it'd be disenfranchising a lot of people. I think I would not trust in practice that it would do a good job. So I agree with you on all of that. Okay. I'm making a distinction here between, for instance, payments versus like derivatives contracts.
Why is Aave somehow different than email?
So, why is it different than email?
You argued so well and so passionately to not block email with licensing and KYC. I loved hearing that.
Yep.
That filled my soul with joy. Such good arguments. Why does that not apply to financial transactions?
So, why does it not apply to financial transactions? I think there are a few things here. So, first of all,
the public damage for Sam was immense. Sentiment shifted as people realized his intentions may be different from what we all first thought. This shift in sentiment was the precursor for what was to come next, and a major contributor behind the severity of the recent FUD. Concerns started to bubble on Wednesday when Alameda's balance sheet was leaked. It revealed that the net equity in the Alameda business is actually FTX's own centralized, controlled, and printed out of thin air tokens. One of the accounts that first called out the Celsius collapse, that same account published a report titled, "Is Alameda Insolvent?" The report labeled Alameda's situation as precarious, to say the least. Then we saw massive 500 million plus worth of FTT token transferred to Binance. CZ confirmed that it was in fact Binance who executed this transfer. We got full confirmation that Binance was exiting its FTT position yesterday when CZ announced his decision to liquidate any remaining FTT on their books. CZ then fired shots at Sam, stating that they were selling as a result of learning from Luna. CZ indirectly referenced Sam Bankman-Fried's lobbying by claiming that he, quote, won't support people who lobby against other industry players behind their backs. FTX's primary token, FTT, dumped as a result. Caroline, the CEO of Alameda Research, was forced to then issue a response to CZ's sale. He says, if you're looking to minimize the market impact of your FTT sale, Alameda will be happy to buy it all from you today at $22. In my opinion, this response felt desperate and was somewhat of a red flag. Before FTX halted withdrawals today, the FUD surrounding FTX resulted in staggering outflows as people rushed to withdraw their funds. The threat of a bank run was looming as some people were forced to wait 4 hours to process their withdrawals. Today, FTX appears to have stopped processing withdrawals, and then we heard Binance has fully acquired FTX. Again, I ask you, was this CZ's plan the whole time? CZ starves FTX of revenue with zero trading fees on Binance attracting volume from FTX. CZ shoots headshot by publicly announcing FTT concerns causing a bank run on FTX and a decline in the FTT price. FTX unable to cover holes in balance sheet, CZ acquires FTX. And it's pretty obvious what the hole was. FTX lent Alameda $7 billion secured on their own FTT and Solana. Illegal as hell. Sam Bankman-Fried has a ton of questions to answer for this, but CZ saw the opportunity and walked away with everything. And it would not surprise me if the purchase price for FTX was zero. CZ makes account holders whole, solves liquidity crunch, maybe helps Sam Bankman-Fried avoid jail. Sam Bankman-Fried and equity investors get practically nothing. Probably not the most popular opinion, but regulations saved depositors on FTX US. Were there not a CZ or other bailout for FTX international depositors would have likely lost their deposits. US deposits were fully backed 1-to-1. In addition, same day news, CZ comes out and says this: all cryptocurrency exchanges should do Merkle tree proof of reserves. Banks run on fractional reserves, crypto exchanges should not. Binance will start to do proof of reserves soon for full transparency. Great to hear. This is much appreciated and needed. Full transparency of centralized entities, especially monolithic custodial exchanges, is exactly what is needed to put crypto at a higher standard of quality and trust than TradFi. Now, today, also, besides FTT going to hell, besides plenty of altcoins seeing heavy volatility, Bitcoin also made a new yearly low just above 17,100. The worst might be right around the corner. Anything can happen, but let me tell you why you should be worried. Contagion is here. Let me show you how we are completely effed. FTX accepting the bailout means that they effectively have a hole in their balance sheet. Sure, CZ will bail out FTX, but he's not going to bail out Alameda. Alameda has been going out and borrowing from all the lenders via giving FTT as collateral. CZ will probably let it go to zero, and this means the lenders are underwater. They now own illiquid FTT, and CZ is perfectly happy to let it go to zero. The second biggest lenders, BlockFi and Genesis, probably have a 10 billion balance sheet. How much of that was lent to Alameda? At least a few bill. Since Alameda is not being bailed out, just FTX, the lenders of Alameda will have to absorb the full hit. But they just got wrecked by 3 Arrow Capital and the miners. At this point, I expect the lenders to go under. Who deposited to them? We are going to see a credit contraction of at least $10 billion within the space. Expect all Sol and Sam coins to be dumped to oblivion by lenders trying to get any money back. Altcoin Daily Army, this is a developing story. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to have so much more to share with you tomorrow and throughout the week, as this is a developing story. Like the video if you got value. I'll see you tomorrow.